It's a possible screenshot right here. I got a project. I'm gonna be regripping this board, and I've got new trucks for this board. But before I do that, I'm gonna cut some wheel wells in here. I do have some wheels. Just pretend I took these out of a box. And the bearings, you see that? I'm not sure if that works. I forgot the name of the bearings. Viper Strike bearings. They're fairly cheap. I think about $20. But like they're yellow, so like I shop color, dude. So let's put the wheels down here. These wheels did not pass the bearing push test. You guys know on the rain skates, I like how buttery the bearings slide in. I think I'm gonna try for my first time ever a 3/8 inch riser. This wheel is 65 millimeters round. Dude, I think it said like, this could be wrong, but I think this said like a 26 millimeter contact patch, but that seems pretty wide. So it looks to me 40s, but I know I checked it twice. I'll hold it up to some other wheels later. First things first. Okay, let me show you something. So on this deck, anybody who rides this deck, you already know, it's double drilled in the front. I ride the back holes because I ride big wheels and I don't want my wheels to rub, right? Wheel bite sucks. So I ride the back wheels because of the concave. And if you see this, my wheel bite from the back holes, this has never been mounted in the front. This massive wheel bite right here is like right here where the concave kind of helps. So even though I'd like to be at 16-inch wheelbase, because I do have a deck at 16, I love it. I feel like 16.5 might be my sweet spot with having to move this whole wheel well forward. I'm going to continue riding it at 15.5 inches, and I'm going to use these wheel bite marks as a guide. I'm going to use the wheel bite marks as a guide for where I'm going to do the wheel wells. I did this one other time on a board before, and I honestly didn't have this when I did it. You guys always ask me about how I groove my trucks. I use this thing. This is a Harbor Freight tabletop belt sander. It's about in the $60 to $80 range. I think you can catch these things on sale. Very handy. It's got like, you know, a disc sander on this side. You know, I just get all that out of my way. I pretty much only bought this thing for trucks and now maybe some wheel wells. So I'm going to go in first and I'm going to do the wheel wells. We'll see how it goes. I could totally F up this board, but I'm going to let you see how I do it. Oh, first, let me unbox. CRKT knife. Anybody's curious what I'm using? What do we got? Got some grip tape. So I just got some stuff to put in the skate box in my skate lab. I got another pair of 1/4-inch risers. I got another set of Bones Hardcore hard bushings. I got some 1/4-inch risers in white. I figured I could stack them if I end up liking the 3/8 thing. And I've got some 1.25-inch hardware and 1.5-inch hardware. I'm just not sure what I'm going to need here. So, oh, and another 1/8-inch red riser. Just in case I start stacking. You guys know. All right. Oh, last but not least, heavy. All right, so what do I have here? Anyone guess? Anyone guess? I feel like that's too tall. The best trucks in the world. The best trucks in the world. And I should say this is my third set of these trucks. However, remember months back, I lost a whole complete skateboard. Turns out I didn't lose it. 99.9% positive it got jacked. And I'm going to replace that deck. That's the reason I ended up buying. I used to have a thumb head, and the thumb head disappeared. And you know, it's like I got a comment the other night, and it just didn't make sense. Someone was mocking me a little bit, maybe like yeah, mocking me. And they said, yo, I ride a Black Label 10-inch board like yours, you know, Lucero, and I ride it with the 180 millimeter Ace AF1 base plate, but I use an Indy 215 hanger. Who would do that? Okay. Then he mentioned he skates with somebody who I would call a friend. Interesting. And then he said in the same comment that that friend was riding my Lucero. And did I remember him riding my Lucero? And I did. I didn't know the board got jacked that day. I ride multiple boards when I go to the parks. And I guess I haven't been keeping a close enough watch. So it's real easy to take a board and throw it over the grass hill. And then when you're picking up your stuff, you think you got it all. If you're looking for anything laying around, you don't see it. So anyway, that comment was weird, you know, when you name a person. I don't even know if the dude's local who said it. But when he named a person, and that person was the last person to ride that board the day I rode the board, it gets sus. So anyway, whatever. Dude, you might as well ride that. You might as well put the good hangers on it, even though you don't want to use the groove. But who's going to buy an $80 set of trucks? Oh, and they said they used the black hardcore bushings. They're mocking me, aren't they? Yeah, I believe so. But anyway, who's going to buy an $80 truck and then go put some old, outdated Indy 215 hanger on it? The Indy 215 hanger out of the box grinds on the kingpin nut. Those ones are weak. These are excellent. So whatever. It is what it is, man. I ain't going to make a big deal out of it. Other than that, that's why I'm replacing it. So watch your shit at the skate park, because sometimes you think even people who are your friends, they might have ill intentions. So I remember offering that person that I wanted to give him a board that day, that he could come by my house and I would give him a new board. And I was real surprised that he never did. He never called me on it. And maybe understand now. So let's get some safety glasses on. And let's just dive right into this and see how it goes. Wheel bite, I'm going to hit it right there first. All right, all good so far. So I got a little carried away right here. It's down to like maybe, it's at a 1/4 inch. Maybe less than a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna take this down a little more and maybe try to clean this line up a little bit. Oh, it's really cool with the red. All right, I think I'm good with that one. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go in that way and down a little more. I need to see a little bit more red on this side. I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect. I have a little bit of an uneven bevel here, which I'm just gonna rub that out. That one's perfectly smooth, except for getting it a little up there, but I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna seem picky right now, like it's perfect, right? I'm gonna lift this side up like the hair off a gnat's ass. Bingo, perfect. Now look, if we notice the back, I got wheel bite right on the edge, right here, and I got a little wheel bite right here. I don't have to take hardly anything off, so I'm just gonna hit it just a little bit right there. I'm gonna just get it down to the red because I think the red looks cool. I think the biggest wheel I've used on this has been a 63 millimeter. A rain skate, a nice big wide wheel. I could put a little more in, but I think I'm gonna level it up at this point first and see what direction it goes. All right, that's good for me. I don't wanna weaken the board up more than I need to. And I don't think I have a problem with that. It's gonna fit perfect. So let's do the trucks now. Let me go see if my wife's got lunch done. So I'm gonna put a few torques on these guys. I don't want to grind the bolt down if I don't have to. Some of you, if you do this, you might have to grind the bolt down some, or the nut, I mean. I am going to try to take some of this off because I've done this so many times. I know what I like. I don't ride tight and I don't ride loose. I'm somewhere in the middle. It's just the way I'm gonna skate. I absolutely have no goal or plan to try to loosen my trucks up because I want to make it easier to cross lock. You know, it really does make it a lot easier to cross lock your trucks if you're doing 50-50 grinds. But like I said, I walk to the beat of my own drum, right? All right, so let's do this. Let's grab the 1.5" bolts here. Hope I don't lose those in the course of today. I'm just gonna put 2 on. I've been asked by several people about, yo dude, tell us something about the shorts game. And they're not talking about my shorts videos, they're talking about my actual shorts I skate in. And I'll do a video on that soon. I may break the stack out of my closet and show you guys. I could probably go 1 or 2 sessions a week for 3 months and you wouldn't see them all. I sort of became a collector. I don't know, you know, what is it about for me? You know, I'm kind of fat. I've lost 15 pounds, if you haven't noticed. Some of you may notice. I'm showing a little less gut around the waist, a little less tire. But I've got a long way to go. What's my diet been? You asked. I heard you ask that. I will wake up in the morning as lunch is being brought to me now. So I'm having a treat. This is a tuna melt on keto bread, which I don't love keto bread, but once in a while I like to have it. And sriracha. I get this on Amazon now. If you're not finding it at your grocery store, go get it on Amazon. It's pretty cheap too. I buy these double stacked. So alright guys, here I am. I'm back. Had lunch, had a phone call. I realized that my wheel well is a little more shallow on the back than it is on this side, so I'm gonna end up taking this truck off and starting this again. I normally will mount the trucks back on the board the way I'm gonna ride it, and if I got like a good curb or something with a good right angle, I'll look at the trucks and kind of like try to score the trucks right over the kingpin so that when I get here I know exactly what kind of angle. I tried something different today with this, and so I marked a couple of lines with the Sharpie on there, and all I'm going to do is basically come in at it like this, and it's kind of like, you want to make sure it's kind of like a skimboard or a snowboard. You got to have your front up. If your front goes in and you're on a surfboard and you start to purl, you're going to flip that thing over. So you want to make sure it's up in the front. So the grind should always be this way a little bit. You want to be grinding on the back part of the truck, and you want to keep the front part down a little bit. It doesn't need to be much. You could even grind it flat, but then you could bevel out the front and the back edges a little bit so that you're just grinding right on the top. One time I just sort of haphazardly went at it with the grinder, and on the back truck I had it angled a little like this, man, and the edge was just cutting into the coping, and it was a death trap. So you definitely want to think about it being able to skim on the coping really nicely. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to take these trucks off. I'm going to do this one a little deeper. It's important to me that these match and look good. All right, here it is. I'm going to put a new belt on this puppy. Yeah, so this should be nice. The nice thing about this tool, if you don't have one of these in your garage, there's all kinds of uses for this. They grind metal really well. Anything metal, you need to grind it, reshape it, no problem, but you'll be surprised if you go ahead and make the investment, $60 to $80 at Harbor Freight. You'll be surprised at how often you actually will end up using it, and it will help your life be a little smoother. And your grinds. Always in the beginning, I miss center. So it's one of those things that starts out small and then you just kind of try to just keep it level. Like I said, this is the nose, so I'm angling it, so I'm pushing this nose to make this grind a little like this. Now depth-wise, that's a pretty good depth right there. It really doesn't take much. You could find the center on even a tiny little notch. Like even if you took an angle grinder and just cut a little V, you would find the center. But like the gull wing trucks, if you've ever grinded on the gull wings, it was magical, dude, inside that pocket. So I really want to have them bigger. Now that I'm riding bigger wheels, I'm going to come into grinds faster. And I get the feeling I'm going to be able to do some 10 to 20 foot grinds. And I want to come into those things like I'm on a heater, dude. Yeah. Notice the kingpin. It's throwing some sparks. I got that one a little bit, but I'm definitely going to hit that one some more. I'm not too worried about the kingpin right now, though. I have learned that if you're going to want one to be a deeper groove, you're probably going to want a deeper groove actually in your front truck. Because when you're grinding, the front truck is the weird one. If it falls down, that's going to scare you more. If it goes up and you're cross-locked like that, that's like totally fine. That's not scary at all. Sometimes if this one drops and this one goes up, it feels weird. But like as long as you put pressure, like I said, like I can do all the grinds. I just prefer to be in the center. You guys will see it. I'll shout out the next ones I do where I'm not in the center. All right, so at this point, part of me thinks maybe I should make it a little wider, like a 1/4 inch more. I know that I don't need that. And I think in some ways you tend to slide out of the coping more. Where that might be a problem is if you're on some really chunky coping. When it comes to concrete coping, it doesn't matter. It doesn't throw you off or screw you up at all. I don't know that if I was riding concrete coping, I don't think I'd be doing this at all either. It's just that the pipe coping is so slick on brand new trucks, especially 10-inch trucks. The likelihood you're going to get all over the place is for sure. I'm just going to go a little deeper. Bingo. And what I'll do is I'll go over to a curb and I'll try to get an index in these trucks just to make sure that they're angled right. I'll be right back. All right, so got a little electrical box over there, and if you see here, I put it right down on the corner and just rode it back and forth so we can see I'm definitely hitting only on the back part of this truck. So when I come in for grinds, I won't endo. And then on the back truck, I'm hitting on the back part of that. Same deal there. So the grinds are going to be really fast because I'm right on the edge. But I think I got that set up perfectly. So we're going to finish setting up this board right now. I mentioned here that I'm showing more red on this side. I'm even just getting outside the red layer. And that's what I'm going to be looking to do on this side. I noticed this is a little bigger. So I'm just going to try to make this side match that side. But I got to take these trucks off first. So this board is going to be kind of a pain in the ass to regrip too, because I have sex bolts on it, or plug nuts, or whatever somebody wants to call it. Back in the 80s, they were called sex bolts. I'm going to be, if anybody knows a place where I can order custom boards and they'll print like good quality, high quality graphics on it for me, can you leave a link down below? I'm interested in doing that. I'm also interested, I think it was it Creature? Didn't they years ago used to sell a blank that was uncut? I'm interested in that too. I'd like to come up with one where maybe I could get a longer wheelbase out of it and do something a little bit like this, where I'm carving my own wheel wells in. I'm kind of doing my own shit too. I really hate pulling grip tape off of something. The grip tape on this, I'm not sure what brand I used, but it never really stuck very good. So I remember thinking it was, no, I'm not even going to give a name to it. I don't want to do that to the company if I'm wrong. I need to think about that shit more often. I had some comments here on my setup video last time saying, man, these companies need to sponsor you because I guarantee you, bro, you sell a lot of their shit. And I admit, I've met quite a few people that have straight up introduced themselves to me and been like, look at my deck, dude. I'm writing everything you told me about in the beginning, down to the 888 wrist guards and shit. I've had some comments lately on my 888 video. What I've been doing with them, if they start to fall apart, is I just sew them up myself. I've been kind of thinking about taking on the task of re-engineering them. Is that the word? Where you reverse engineering, taking it apart and trying to actually make my own wrist guards, but out of like high quality leather. And I thought, man, that would be the sickest thing, to have a set of like real leather shit you sewed up by hand. Because I make holsters and knife sheaths and things like that with leather, and I have all the tools for that. And I'm thinking, man, that would be like the coolest thing to do. But anyway, let's get into this. Yeah, I mean, most people's eyes wouldn't even notice that, but the red here is much bigger, wider, compared to this side. If I look at it straight up, it's deeper here. Like I said, going a little bit into the next layer, the next ply, the white ply, and where this one's not. So that would bother me. Now I'm noticing this edge is about 1/4 inch from the white line. Let's make sure they're and check that out, they're not even right here, so that's not going to be a good indicator. These lines should be scooted over more. Fuck. I'm just going to round it out a little more like that. So I got white on this side, but none on this side. This is one of those things where you eventually have to just quit. If you're okay with having wheel wells that look like that, this is real easy. I suppose you could set up a router and try to do it like this, but to me, that's pretty simple. I'm good. Yeah, nice. So we're gonna do the grip tape. I'm gonna remove these rails, the sex bolts. I'm gonna see if my blow dryer here for the grip tape is strong enough to get all this wood and metal dust off my truck. Dude, I should get the screw gun for this. All right. No playing around now. Let's see if we're still... And I'm using portrait mode in video. So how's that look? Is it like blurring out the background, looking all cinematic and shit? Boy, you gotta love that. Missing a screw over here. We'll have to make sure the one I'm missing is in the middle. Well, I don't know. Hold that thought. I don't know. Since I've done rails a few times in the last couple of years, a few dozen times, I'm not going to recommend sex bolts or plug nuts to anybody. I mean, maybe if somebody comes out with a new design, that'd be pretty sick. I know I'm looking forward to somebody coming out with a nice looking bridge bolt. You know, those were the bolts we had back in the 80s that went across from here to here. They might have had those in the 90s too. So you didn't end up having to hold the wrench on one side. I've seen some on eBay, but they will look really stamped, low quality kind of thing to me. So I probably would like them. Somebody should try them, but it probably won't be me. Hello now. I got half of mine to just grip over these. I actually might do that. That honestly could be a huge mistake though too. Look at that one. If you're gonna make a part, don't use the cheapest quality shit you can find. You think a plug nut's gonna hold it to your board even better, but the shit is so cheap. It just breaks right off, man. That just pisses me off. If you're gonna sell a shitty product like that, pop a couple extra in there. And I'm like stuck using them unless I slide my rails forward or back, which I might do that. I got these over at SoCal when I bought them. If I try to use them now, I got to stuff that broken one back in there and hope it stays. And then, like what was happening on this board, was it was always sticking out a little bit, and I tried to hammer it down at the skate park because I was worried my foot might hang up on it. Look at the difference. Let's do it like this. See the difference? It's freaking broken more than half. All right. Somebody out there is probably never taken grip tape off. It's leaving all the glue behind. Ooh. There's a sticker on here I'm real surprised I have on here. I can't even believe the sticker's up there. That is definitely not something I'm supporting. Oh yeah, I could probably ride this board like this. Ah, cha. Okay, what do we got in here? Got another set of animal chin. Guess it's just one piece. This is only 9" and this is a 10" board, so I think I'm going to be doing Andy Anderson's trick on this one. But I want to cover that shit up. What can I do? I'm going to try sticking this across the nose. My wife's scissors again. I got shit for this last time. I think she was trying to cut the asparagus. Ah, men will be men. Alright. I'm going to stick that over that Thrasher logo. I don't even want to know that logo's under there, so. I'm going to try to line it up with the Thou Shalt Grind sticker, because that's pretty sick. I'm going to let that sticker show. There's Animal Chin, dude. I'm going to cut his face off. Then, I think I'm going to do the Andy Anderson thing. Is it going to rip, Killy? get it to come this way some. Ah. All right, this is we're gonna spread it out in the middle, guys. We're gonna reach the edges. I just didn't want to see any of that skull. Oh, dang. Right there. No! No! Wait a second, that looks straight there. Shouldn't that be straighter? That freaking veers off hard. Damn it. It's getting sketchy, boys. It's getting sketchy, boys. I'm just dealing with it right now. This is what I fucking hate. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some razor blade work. We cut Animal Chin's head again. Oh, this is nasty. This is nasty, guys. Oh, this is nasty. This is so fucking nasty. Oh, no. Oh, that's so awful. This is gonna get real intricate now. I went ahead and just screwed myself. I made this shit really hard, boys. But I got an idea. Oh, it's a crazy idea, too. Hold up. Alright. I'll be right back. Alright, boys. Alright, boys. I fucked this up. This is shoddy, dude. So shoddy. So shoddy. Oh, I hate the way that looks. I won't even want to skate a board that looks this bad. I gotta find a way to fix this. So let's see what I do. Okay, I got another idea. Put this on my wife's car. Damn. Thought that was gonna stick. Alright. I'm going checkerboard, dude. I'm going sideways with it. I think I dodged a bullet. I wish I would have put that one on last, though. It was like $14 for that Animal Chin grip. Which way did I? So I think this weekend, I had someone mention on the channel that they were coming down from Dallas, day tripping, a couple of old dudes, to ride our bulls, and they wanted to hook up. So we're going to be doing that. So there's 1 inch worth of space. Fuck. Dude, if I could peel that off, that would fit. Checkerboards don't line up. Oh, there's gonna be a small one there. Oh, dude. For a semi-perfectionist, this sucks. I gotta peel this off. Let's see if I can. Oh, let's get it. Oh, dude, will it come off right? I've had nothing but problems, Killian. This is just laughable, dude. This is gonna make this shit upside down with a white stripe. It's not a perfect cut, so it's not gonna line up perfect. My Harbor Freight paper cutter is not here today. Oh boy. All right. I'm rolling with it now. This board doesn't have the best edges on it already because it's so old. You know, when I ride, riding bull for me, especially because my pant leg sucked in my shoe. Especially because I ride so many different setups. Dude, I'll never wear through these boards. They last me a long time. What's that? Yeah, just about. I'm making a YouTube video over here. I can ask him, though. You want me to ask? I think Killian was just out here. I'll go ask him. Guys, let's see what happened. See what happened. There's the damage. I think I pulled it off okay. It's $14, $7 for the tail, $7 for the nose, and this was $11.50. It's Zoomies, so between both of them, it's a very expensive grip job. Just glad that I pulled off something that kind of works. You can see there's a shorter checkered line right there in the middle, and it's about in the middle. That way I'll know to spread my legs if I want to land bolts. I don't want to land in the middle on that one. Yeah, okay, dummy. All right. Man, what is next? What is next? Okay, blow dryer out of the way. Don't need that. Trucks. I think I'm going to commit to using these. Yeah, Killian said he's going to come right out. Ugh. I'm going in the back holes here, so. All right, guys, here we go. Since I bought some new bushings, On a 10-inch truck, because it's a bigger lever, I like to use the hard bones bushing. I get away with it on the 9.5-inch Aces with the stock bushings. Like, I can ride it with the stock bushings, but on the 10-inch truck, I feel like it's a little more leverage, so I go in with these hard ones. Since I'm doing that anyway, I'm definitely gonna take off, I don't know, at least 1/8 of an inch. I'll probably like take off a couple of threads on that one and probably level that out, but then just maybe angle the corners down. So I did end up using the 1.5 inch. I did end up using the 1.5 inch hardware. The 1.25 inch ended up being too short. It was barely touching the threaded material, that polyurethane threading there. So this is definitely too long. I could grind it off, but honestly, I don't really care that much. Wow. Got them all in on the hammer drill over here, but it definitely looks like this one is not as long as the rest of the heart. Oh, look at that. All right. So I got to fix that. All right, guys, here it is. Got the bushings, the new bushings put on. I got a solid 1/4 inch coverage from the deepest part of the groove before I even touch. I have a 1/4 inch of thickness, that 1/4 inch I can grind on. Here I have a little less, but it's slightly less than a 1/4 inch. And I mean, there's plenty of room. That's the thing about this. There's plenty of room on these new Aces. I'm gonna go ahead and put these rails back on, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shim them back a little bit just to cover up the holes, and then I'm gonna use these screws right here and pop it in like that. Boom. All right, guys, there it is. Check it out. Boom, boom, boom. Let me tease you. 65mm wheels. Get it, boy? You like my grooves? I'm gonna get down. I'll see you guys at the skate park this weekend. Look for me. I'll be out skating with some old dudes from Dallas, and we're just gonna see how much fun we get into doing that. Peace out, late.